What's up, guys? Back again with another video on the UFC 208 card, HOLM versus the RANDAMIE. Let's go ahead and get started here. This video is all about the FS1 Prelims, where I'll be giving you guys my picks and predictions. So we got 4 fights on the FS1's Prelims, so let's go ahead and get started here. First fight on the Prelims we got is Ian McCall versus Jared Brooks. Ian McCall's been gone for a while. Long layoff, hasn't fought in like 2 years. Has pulled out of fights, or his opponents have pulled out of fights. There's been like a lot of canceled fights, so this guy, you know, he's been injured here and there, but you know, he just can't, you know, make it to the fights, you know, him or his opponent. But this time he's finally gonna make it to a fight, hopefully. You know, you never know, they might do like a late pull out or something, hopefully not. And he's gonna fight against Jared Brooks, who is making his UFC debut, undefeated fighter, 12-0, and he's 23 years old, and he's a high-level wrestler. Let's go ahead and just check out their profile pages here real quick. We got McCall here, 32 years old. His last fight was in, like I said, 2 years ago against John Lineker, where he lost by decision. Last one was against Brad Pickett. Then we go to Jared Brooks' page right here. Summary is well rounded. 23 years old. This guy is normally, you know, a 115 pounder. Obviously, he's gonna fight here at flyweight because they don't have no strawweight division for men. You know, in the UFC. Anyways, what do you think about McCall? Veteran, has a good wrestling. I'll beat him though. 5 first round finishes, 2 wins by knockout, 5 by submission. Yeah, not really a knockout artist or submission artist. He's just like really just a really good wrestler. 28-1 though in amateur competition. He's very aggressive. You know, he's a grinder. You know, this guy's gonna come after you. He's aggressive. He's gonna throw hands, mix it up. Obviously, he's gonna go for those takedowns. So I'm gonna go ahead and take Jared Brooks here in this fight, guys. Now, I haven't seen too much of him, but from what I've seen, like I said, really likes that wrestling. I think that's obviously what he's going to want to do. He's going to want to close that distance, you know, push the pace on McCall, try to land some strikes and then go for those takedowns. You know, kind of just win the fight like that. Just, you know, keep landing those takedowns and whatnot. So I want to say Brooks here will probably have the grappling advantage. On the feet, I want to say McCall is going to have the advantage here, but I really think Brooks is going to be able to take him down. But yeah, the reason I really like Brooks here is because McCall hasn't fought in obviously 2 years. It's a long layoff, you know, coming off those injuries and whatnot. You know, he was going to retire at one point, and he's fighting against Jared Brooks, who, like I said, is only 23 years old, very young. And man, this guy talks a lot of shit too, man. This guy, you know, this guy wants it. He's very hungry. 12-0. Obviously, he hasn't fought high-level competition yet, but you know, this guy, everybody seems very high up on this guy. And everybody's so high up on him that the betting lines here are even. Actually, now he's actually now the favorite, as you guys can see there, -124. So everybody's really high on this guy. You know, I want to see what he's all about in the UFC. So I think this is a really good fight for him, since McCall's coming off that really long layoff. If McCall, you know, was active and whatnot, I would have go with McCall here. But the long layoff and whatnot, I just haven't seen McCall in a while. And I think this up-and-comer here, you know, is going to bring a challenge to him. So I'll go ahead and take Brooks on this one. And I think Brooks wins by decision, getting those takedowns, just winning by points. Next fight, Nick Lentz against Islam Makhachev. I really like Nick Lentz in this fight, guys. Makhachev, his last opponent, Chris Wade, is kind of similar to, you know, to Nick Lentz. Except I think Nick Lentz is a lot better than Chris Wade. Nick Lentz used to be at 145, now he's at 155. He's a good grappler. You know, he always has improving stand-up also. But this guy's a grinder, man. He's gonna go after it. Doesn't, from what I've seen, his fights doesn't really ever give up in his fights. His takedown defense looks really bad on paper, which could pose a problem here. You know, Makhachev getting those takedowns on him. But like I said, in his last fight of Makhachev against Wade, Chris Wade was doing really good against him. And I feel if he was doing that good, imagine what Lentz is going to do. You know, I think Lentz here is way better than, well, not way better than Chris Wade, but he's an upgrade over Chris Wade. He's going to be good on the ground. Nick Lentz has really good submissions. He's scrappy. He's going to be aggressive. And I think, both these guys are very similar, but I like the underdog here. I like Nick Lentz. I think he's going to be able to get it done, guys. And I think he's either going to win by decision or it could be maybe a late submission finish. But I think more than likely Nick Lentz squeaks this out. Maybe a split decision win. It's going to be a tough fight. And yeah, I kind of just think he's going to be able to out-grapple this really good grappler here. I just think he's going to be able to do it with his, veteran skills. Obviously, this guy's been in the UFC for a while, so Nick Lentz, I'll take that by decision. Next fight, Wilson Reis versus Ulka Sasaki. Really like Wilson Reis in this fight, guys. This guy's a beast. Obviously, he's going to fight for the title. Still hasn't fought for the title yet. This guy, as you can see, his takedown average very high. He really goes for those takedowns, beats you up on the ground, or works for a submission. He's a big guy, also for the weight class. Very strong. Looks pretty built. He used to fight at a higher weight class. Now he's at 125, where he's just like a little tank. He's like looking like a fucking Mini Romero and shit. Pretty much. This guy's very aggressive. Doesn't have knockout wins, but like I said, he's good on the ground with his submission skills, or he'll just batter you on the ground. Pretty much just beat you up the whole fight. Sasaki here. Not too impressed with this guy. I don't think he's gonna be able to hurt Reis on the feet. Doesn't have knockout power or anything like that. He's a good grappler, but Wilson Reis is a lot better. He's gonna have the strength advantage, and I just feel like Wilson Reis here is gonna be able to outclass Sasaki on the ground. So I'm gonna go ahead and take Wilson Reis here to win, and I think he's gonna win in the third round with a submission, guys. So I think he's gonna get that finish. This guy, he's turning into more of a finisher. He has a lot of wins by decision, but starting to finish off some guys, and it's usually the lower level competition, which I think Sasaki is in that area right now. So Wilson Reis gets me that third round submission. Alright, now for the featured fight on the FS1 Prelims, we got Randy Brown versus Bilal Muhammad. Should be a fun fight, but I really like Randy Brown, guys. Reason I like Randy Brown is, first of all, Muhammad's coming off a first round knockout loss to Vicente Luque. He just straight got starched in that fight, so that's going to be an issue, obviously. And also, he's making a very quick comeback from that knockout loss. I think it's only been like 2 or 3 months. Let's go ahead and verify here. Just check out his fighter page. But yeah, I think Randy Brown here, this guy obviously has some power. If you look at his record, he's a finisher. Also, has some submission wins. He's getting better. He's kind of like a Neil Magny. Let's go ahead and check out Muhammad here. Like I said, he's coming off that knockout loss in the first round. Yeah, it looks like I'm actually wrong there. That's been about 4 months. Not actually, that's not too bad, guys. 1, 2, 4 months. Either way, 4 months. Took some time off, but I don't know if that's really a lot of time. I know Glover took a lot more time off than that. I think Glover took like 6 months. I think it should be like 6 months minimum. But yeah, anyways, either way, I think Muhammad's chin, can be a little bit questionable sometimes. He gets caught, he gets hurt a lot. Doesn't have really good striking defense. As you can see there, his absorbed strikes per minute is 5. So this guy takes some damage, man. This guy, he'll take the damage. Randy Brown, like I said, has some power here. He's also not too bad on the ground. He's obviously not that good, off his back, but on top he could do some damage. Pretty much, like I said, he's kind of like a Neil Magny here with better power and improving striking game. Muhammad, like I said, the reason I don't want to pick him is because he got knocked out his last fight. Looking at Randy Brown's page here, see Brown's coming off a second round knockout there. This guy's a finisher, man. Well rounded. Muhammad's page. Yeah, in the UFC, he's lost to Joe Ban, who's a good fighter. Luque, good fight. Montano, he was able to get that win. Montano's not really that good. But yeah, I think Randy Brown's gonna be able to get it done, guys. I just think Muhammad, maybe his chin got softened up a little bit. I think Randy Brown here is gonna come in very confident, fighting in kind of like his hometown. So yeah, I'll take Randy Brown here, guys, to win. I think he's gonna get a second round knockout. Should be a good fun fight. Hopefully Muhammad doesn't get that win there, but I feel like he does have a chance. But I think Randy Brown here is gonna be able to get the win, guys. All right, guys. So that's it for my picks. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about my picks. That's gonna be it. Stay tuned for the next video, and yeah, catch you guys on the next one.